She stared at me like I had just torn the floor out from under her. Her voice, usually clipped and composed, was now shaking with something between rage and disbelief. "You're giving it to her." Her? And in that moment, I realized something with a strange and quiet certainty. I wasn't afraid to lose her. In fact, I might have been hoping she'd go. Let me explain. I recently came into what I can only describe as FU money. Millions. Enough to end the paycheck-to-paycheck stress. Enough to change not just my life, but the lives of everyone close to me. Enough to shift my entire future into something I still can't fully wrap my head around. I found out on a Wednesday. One moment, I was staring at a string of numbers, blinking hard, convinced I was hallucinating. And the next, I was pacing around my living room, heart racing, tears threatening, phone in hand, trying to remember how to breathe. The first people I called were my parents. My mom sobbed. My dad let out this stunned little laugh and then went quiet. The way he does when he's proud, but doesn't know how to say it. And after them, I called my ex-wife. Yeah, not my girlfriend, not my best friend, not my brother, my ex-wife. She picked up, and her voice, that voice that once narrated nearly a decade of my life, sounded tired, but warm. I told her the news. She gasped, then laughed. Not a bitter laugh, just joy, just surprise. And then she said, "Guess the kids are getting a trip around the world now." She didn't ask for a dime. She didn't hint. She didn't even linger on the call. Just one of those moments that passes with grace. Like everything else she's done since I broke her heart. Because yeah, I cheated on her. 6 years ago, I blew up our life. I was in a dark place, spiraling, and I met someone who made me feel seen again. And I made the worst mistake of my life. I didn't just cheat. I betrayed a woman who had done nothing but love me, support me, raise our kids with everything she had, and carry the invisible weight that so many mothers carry without thanks. She should have thrown me to the curb. She had every right to scorch the earth behind me, but she didn't. She let me see the kids. She kept the divorce clean. She stayed close with my parents, not out of manipulation, but out of respect. She even stayed polite to me, even though I knew every glance must have hurt. She's never spoken to my girlfriend, not once, and I don't blame her. She went back to working full-time at the public library, making barely enough to cover rent and groceries. She never asked me for more than the child support agreement, never guilt-tripped me, never used the kids as weapons. She just kept going, kept loving, kept showing up. I've spent the last 6 years watching her move through life with a grace I know I don't deserve. So when the numbers hit, and my reality shattered into something absurd and golden and terrifying, my first thought was her. I wanted to give her something. Not because I still wanted her, though I do still love her in a way that doesn't go away. Not in the romantic sense. That's long dead. We've both grown past that. But in the deep, sacred way, you love someone who gave you your children, who showed you how to be better by refusing to let your worst define her. I wanted to give her enough money to change her life, to finally quit that underpaid job and paint, or write, or teach, or garden, or whatever she's put off all these years. I wanted to give her peace, comfort, freedom, a soft place to land, because God knows I gave her none of that when she needed it most. So I told my parents. They both cried. They've always adored her. said it was the right thing to do. I called my lawyer. He was surprised, but supportive. Told me I could structure it however I wanted. Told me it didn't need to be formal support, just a gift, a gesture. I hadn't told my girlfriend yet. Maybe because I knew. Maybe because part of me was delaying the explosion. When I finally did, she lost it. She screamed, said I was humiliating her, said I was throwing our relationship in the trash, called me delusional, weak, accused me of still being in love with my ex-wife. Which again, I'm not. But I still love her, and I always will. That's the mother of my babies. My girlfriend, the same person I started dating during my affair, looked at me like I'd just betrayed her. Maybe she was right to feel that way. But here's the thing. I didn't cheat on her. I didn't lie to her. I didn't sneak around. I told her what I was going to do and why. And her response wasn't about our future. It wasn't about the kids. It was about money, about control. And when she threatened to break up with me, I felt something I hadn't expected. Relief, because for the past 6 years, we've fought over stupid things. We've had this toxic, jealous undercurrent that never really left. Maybe we were both pretending it would get better. That one day, we'd stop being the people who met during a betrayal. But we never stopped. She stayed the woman I cheated with, and I stayed the man who ran. And now, with this money in my hands, the fog's lifting, and I see it for what it is. She's mad I'm giving my ex-wife money. But what I'm really doing is giving my kids stability. Their mother will finally be able to breathe. Their homes will be equal. No more going from dad's nice place to mom's stressed apartment. No more guilt. No more confusion. They'll see that their dad, the one who hurt their mom, tried to make it right. And maybe that won't fix what I broke. But maybe it'll matter. Maybe they'll grow up knowing that even when people fail, they can still try, still show up, still take responsibility. Because here's the truth. If I'd let my girlfriend bully me out of this decision, what would that teach my sons? That love is conditional? That mistakes mean you lose your heart forever? That redemption is only for fairy tales? No. I want them to see what it looks like to own your choices, even the ugly ones. To stand up and say, I was wrong, and I can still do something good. So yeah, maybe I should have talked to my girlfriend earlier. Maybe I should have looped her in before I told my parents or my lawyer. But you know what? We've been together 6 years, and we still don't live together. Still don't talk like a team. Still walk on eggshells when my kids come up. Still pretend we're something we're not. She's not my partner. She's a woman I hurt someone with, and then stayed with because I was ashamed to face the wreckage. And now, standing in the glow of this impossible, unexpected miracle, I realize something. I don't owe her this money. I don't owe her a future. I don't owe her my silence. I owe my kids a better life. I owe their mother a small measure of peace. And I owe myself the chance to finally do the right thing. So, am I the asshole? You tell me. This story isn't just about money. It's about redemption. And the uncomfortable, imperfect roads we sometimes have to walk to get there. What struck me the most wasn't the lottery win. It wasn't the girlfriend's reaction. It wasn't even the drama of the affair. It was the quiet, emotional clarity of a man who finally saw through his own mistakes and chose love, not romance. Responsibility, not guilt. Grace, not ego. We don't often get the chance to fix what we break, but when we do, will we take it? So, what do you think? If you came into life-changing wealth, who would be the first person you'd call? And if your past came knocking, would you open the door? Let us know in the comments. This is AITA Story Vault, where every story is a mirror. Thanks for listening.